President-elect Bola Tinubu on Tuesday this week called for national reconciliation in the wake of the bad blood generated by the general election. Mr. Tinubu said he was saddened by reported infractions during the election and its aftermath in some states. He appealed to all Nigerians to rise above individual differences, which in his words are fewer than the valued strings that bind the nation together as a people, irrespective of the circumstances of birth. Senator Shehu Sani is a former national lawmaker and he joins us now to examine this appeal from the President-elect. Good day and welcome, Senator.
Thank you for having me.
Well, what's your assessment of the call for healing, the statement calling for healing and national reconciliation from the President-elect?
Well, first and foremost, there has never been a time in the history of this country where an election has generated so much objections, protests, and rejections as we have today. And at a time like this, it is important that those that are saddled with the position of leadership to rise to the occasion. And at times like this, there is nothing as important as calling for a national reconciliation and national healings. And let us be very mindful that this protest, these rejections, and this, in quote, uprising you are seeing is as a result of the unjust conduct of the elections at both the presidential and the national and the governorship and national state assemblies elections. And times like this, it's not about who is right and who is wrong, but it's about saving democracy and saving the country. Because once, at least today in Abuja, I have counted not less than 16 protest groups, all coming here to raise objections over the conduct of the last elections. And I believe that in a transition period like this, it's not just the president-elect, but the sitting president must be seen to be doing something. If he is leaving behind a country, he should leave behind a country that is more united than the one he has inherited. People are protesting, people are raising placards everywhere, and there is nothing a leader can do at this time than seeing that people get together, unite, and address those issues that brought them to the street. But the way it is going, if care is not taken, it may degenerate. And some of the statements that are coming from people who are supposed to be calling for calm and unity is not simply been helpful. Election was conducted and there were allegations of rigging in many places. So the process of law should take its place. Nothing stops people from protesting, but the leadership has a responsibility to ensure that the aggrieved, those that have been disenfranchised, those that felt has been unjustly treated, the issues have been addressed. So I think what the president-elect said is in good time. But it should go beyond that. The president of the country, who is already in charge, who is in charge of the nation, should have by this time raised a committee made of eminent persons across the country that will talk to those who have either won or lost and see how the nation can move forward. Let us be very mindful. Before this election, there was a National Peace Committee that called on all contestants to come and sign a peace accord. And it appears that after the signature, everyone went to the battlefield, and this is where we are today. So in a country as complex as this, with a population of 220 million people, managing post-election crisis is as important as survival of the country, because it may reach a point where it may go out of hand, and we shouldn't allow ourselves to reach that very point. There should be not just a statement, not just a call, but there should be a practical step to ensure that this issue is at least being addressed.
Well, Senator Shehu Sani, it's unfortunate that we have such a short amount of time with you. We would have loved to continue the discussion, but unfortunately the time is up. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and speaking with us on Newsday today.